Let's do the usual startup. So hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, December 22nd, 2019. Today is the second day of Pyanodons on the Rails. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links in the description below the video, including supporting Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. And of course, you can join the Discord server through all of that info below the video. Anyway, so today's my birthday, as I have said before. I am now 29 years of age. Last night, I baked my own birthday cake because I'm on a low-carb diet, and it's really hard to find places that do low-carb cakes made with almond flour and with erythritol as the sugar substitute. So yeah, that's what I did last night. Was I made a I made a chocolate cake with chocolate cream cheese frosting for it. So yeah, that's a thing. That I will be having later this evening. Also, another thing to note, we are at officially 700 subscribers on YouTube, which is fantastic. That was about 4 months to go from 600 to 700, which, yeah, I haven't seen that rate of growth in an incredibly long time, if ever. So thank you all for that. The first 5 parts of Stream 1 of Pyanodons on the Rails have been performing very, very, very well. And also, we've gotten quite a few new followers here on Twitch lately, so thank you all for that too. That is great, and it looks like that at the bitrate that I'm streaming right now, that the dropped frames are a lot less of an issue, so that's something I will have to keep an eye on throughout the day today. But just so we're clear, if you are watching the VOD later on, because the VODs do get recorded at a much higher bitrate than what gets streamed, note that the stream is in a much lower video quality overall today because of internet issues with upload at the start of the stream today. Cox has not been kind lately with the consistency of its upload speeds on its service. So yeah, there's that. Today's tutorial for Pyanodons that will go live later today. It's going to go live at about 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. That's a little bit later than usual, but it will stand on its own with its own time that it will go live. And it will be the last planned tutorial. This particular tutorial is going to be on raw coal and oil sands. That'll be both of those together in one video. And it's the last tutorial until Alien Life, basically, that I have planned. I will not be doing any Pi Fusion Energy tutorials because they're just it's not worth doing fusion energy. So I don't see a particularly good reason to do a tutorial on the fusion energy because it's just not worth doing under any circumstances whatsoever. Other than that, you can let me know what other types of tutorials I may be missing in the various methods of contact, either through comments on that video or through Discord or any of the other stuffs. So, speaking of Alien Life, King Arthur posted a joke version of Pi Alien Life the other day on the Factorio mod portal. This particular version turns your character into a biter and deletes the tech tree. So yeah, enjoy a bug's life for that version on the mod portal if you come across it. King Arthur said that they would be deleting that mod at some point in the relatively near future. In other news, there is a testing, like very alpha version of Alien Life that is now technically available. It was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it. And going down tonight, yeah. So there is an alpha version of the actual Pi Alien Life available, uh, and it only covers up to red science, and there's a few red science techs that are in there, but it's very pared down, bare bones. It really is only there to show folks what the overall infrastructure of red science is going to look like going forward. I'm assuming at some point within the next couple of months here, we'll have something a little bit more complete to play around with. But yeah, just the initial impressions off of that is there's going to be a couple of interesting early game changes to this in terms of the overall flow of the early game. Yes, it's going to add a fair bit of new extended processes to red science, but in particular, one of the biggest changes that I've noted is that one of the new buildings that you are going to need will require aluminium, and this is in the chain to make red science. So you will now need to set up aluminium plate production in order to even get to red science in the first place. So that is a new thing. You could otherwise wait on aluminium for some time after automating red science. Uh, you would only need it for engines, and you'd only need engines when setting up more advanced ore processing under the normal circumstances. So, and it like when you want to go into fast inserters, making duralumin, that was the general timing on when to set up your aluminium for the first time. So now you actually, now you have to set up aluminium mining like very early, before you really would otherwise even want to. So that's going to be interesting logistically because aluminium requires coal gas to mine in the first place, and yeah, it's just interesting. It's interesting of a change. Everything else basically just uses stuff that's already there that you otherwise would be making anyway for red science. So the glass, the tin, you've needed soil extractors for soil, but now you need additional soil extractors for limestone. Okay. You need destructive distillation columns for a few things, which you otherwise needed to make destruction distillation columns for the coke anyway. You need iron, copper. You you needed things. You need wood. You need lots of wood, and you also will be making some new base material stuff for it. But otherwise, it's yeah. The stopper is new on the glassware. Glassware now has a stopper that needs to be made, and it has its own chain associated with it, and the Fowigi substrate, which isn't actually made out of Fowigi, is has its own set of chains to have to deal with as well. So it's no longer like a Fowigi substrate. It's more like a bacterial thing rather than a fungal thing. So yeah, that's all new. That's all new. You'll have to make agar and petri dishes and do a bacteria culture to go into your Fowigi substrate now as well. So yeah, all of these are very interesting things that will be coming as part of the red science in Pi Alien Life. So how about we actually start playing the game and get into our day 2? That sounds like a plan. Now just note that we will be pixelated beyond all recognition, most likely, as we actually start getting into the game, and as like every time I go to the map and start zooming around on the map, it's just not going to look that great on the stream, so I would highly suggest folks who are watching live to definitely watch the VODs if you want to make out pretty much anything. Because the VOD will be a much higher quality. I local record at 25-ish megabits, somewhere along those lines, and then I forget what I render as. I forget completely what I render as. I think it's well, actually I can look at this. What do I render as? 10. I render in 10 megabits. Yeah. For reference, the whole stream when rendered is like 14 gigabytes, 14, 15 gigabytes for the 3-hour stream when edited in total. So yeah, let's actually play the game. That sounds like a wonderful idea. I wonder what I've been doing lately. I wonder what I've been trying out lately. Anyway, on the rails. We are on the rails today. Alright, where did we leave off? What did we do last time? Well, last time we basically just started the game. We generated the map. The map, I guess, well... go back. I'm not even... Oh, I went and I actually left the save. Yay! Let's see. So here's the mods. In a list. In a list, there's the mods. No, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go into mod settings. Settings? Mod settings. This is the RSO settings. Map size region generation 8. Richness of the starting area times 10. Global times 100, which actually doesn't apply to the starting area. just for reference. Resource chance 0.3, that's down from 0.5. The generation region is 8, is up from 7 as the default. Otherwise, mostly normal outside of reveal spawned resources, as well as removing trees, just as a quality of life thing. I prefer having the removal of the trees. Now, I will say that off screen, I have had a look around the map. Not in this save, but let's just say I have a general idea of where a number of the resources have spawned, or will spawn, on this map. And, like, one of the important things is, like, right here is a giant copper right next to an iron, so we've got iron, copper, and stone sitting right here with this coal and this titanium. This is a really good region. And then down in this area, down in here, I am having a lot of molybdenum patches. So there's a number of molybdenum patches down in the southeast region. So this is going to be a resource mining region all down in here. Absolutely. Oh, and there's like several uranium patches. Just to throw that out there as well. There's like several uranium patches down over here. And this lake. Oh my god, this lake. To our north. It's a banana. It is literally banana shaped and really long. It will take a while to get around this thing. So these patches up here and basically everything to the north may as well not exist right now. So, all of that in mind, where are we going to start our like main bus for our initial base? Because we're going to have to make an initial base. Yes, landfill, but we'll get to that. We're going to have to make an initial base. And my thoughts on the initial base, we're going to do this a little differently. So in the off the rails stream, the way that I built the main bus was I had all my stuff on the bottom, and we were horizontal, built horizontal from below. And then we turned and went vertical, and we're still building on the right. This time, we're going to go horizontal, and we'll build on the top. We'll build it on the top this time, I think, and we're going to consume the area to our east. That'll be what we do, is we'll work to the east today for the main bus. Now, what will this mean? Well, I think this area right on the other side of this quartz is going to be boundary lines. And then we'll go into and start setting up the automation of everything that we're going to need. So first things first, I need to get this wonderful and beautiful red science that I have handcrafted and that has been sitting in my inventory for quite some time. That needs to go into the science, the actual labs, and we need to keep making more red science. Keep on keeping on with the handcrafting of the red science because we need coal processing. I have picked up assembling machines, so we need to grab some assembling machines now. We need to keep grabbing mining drills. We need like all the things we need right now. Long inserters would be great. Lots of those. Yeah, those would be great. The compact loaders, yeah, and splitters would be really nice. Yeah, and lots of that. Yeah, I need everything right now, so like suddenly after last stream getting to the point of being able to handcraft red science, now we need literally everything. Now we need absolutely everything. And then how's the energy doing? We have about half spare currently and room to grow for that. Won't building north box you in against the lake? Well, yes, but scale. We're not building with the main bus at scale, so this will be fine. It'll be fine being boxed in by the lake to the north when building the stuff there, because we're not going to have many things that will need that space, and everything will be replaced once we transition into rails, which is the idea. This will be a rail base. Now, speaking of rails, I am going to be using these primarily. The MRS 4-lane right-hand drive and the 2-lane right-hand drive. These are just blueprint books that I think I found on Reddit at some point, so I will use those. Rail death counter installed? No, but I have death markers installed. We shall see how many times I die during this. And then there was something else in here. Yeah, that. I need that handy. Do I need that one handy? I don't think so. Yeah, I need that. So what I have done is I have made a couple of blueprints. So using these blueprint books. So this is going to be like our quote-unquote standard rail block. You can't even see it fully. So what I have is the single block, which maybe you can get a little bit of a better idea here. So we have on the north and south of these blocks inputs into the block that'll act as our station gateways. And then it's just 4 lanes, right-hand drive, all ready to go. And that will be how I organize this. This may change at some point. I may decide let's just have even bigger blocks with smaller lines in between. Just keep the 4 lanes as like a wider set and have 2 lanes in between, but we shall see. We shall see how that goes. In the meantime, though, oh, looks like we got through this science, so here, little thingies, have more science. Have more science. Speaking of which, in Pi Alien Life, the botanical nursery tech is going to be like well over 200 red science from being able to get it. So you'll have to handcraft an incredible amount of red science before you can ever fully automate your red science. It will be a little bit nuts. Just a little bit nuts. But that being said, even though it's going to be a long time handcrafting your red science, you sort of do so anyway. You do handcraft red science for a very long time anyway. Even after getting coal processing 1 here, it's still going to take time. Hello, infantrymen for life. The frames have been somewhat stable at the moment. Oh yeah, Hello, tech. What next? That's a good question, actually. What do I do next? This is where things start getting optional, because now that I have coal processing 1, like, literally so many things have just opened up. In particular, the high-pressure furnaces are nice. Wait, where's the advanced foundries? Do I already have advanced foundries? I probably already have the advanced foundries. Don't mind me. But, oh, no, there they are. Yeah, advanced foundries are very important. I need to use these. Advanced foundries with the regenerative heat exchangers are quite important at this tech level. This is an amazing tech level. Ha, I should have put the PyAL preview. Yeah. Which preview? There are 2. One... I've talked about both of them. I have talked in depth about the alien life experiences that we've had thus far. Just read Patreon and got a heart attack. Which Patreon? Pyanodons? There's a lot of information on the Pyanodons Patreon about alien life. Yes, the second one. Oh, yeah. See, dots meant, yeah, dots are symbols, I guess, considered symbols. Cost of red, yeah, lots of wood, coal, stone, iron, copper, glass, limestone, seaweed, moss, sap, water. Yeah, it's stuff. And you need aluminium for the moss buildings. The actual buildings that produce the moss need aluminium. So, yeah, congrats, you need aluminium at the start of the game. Yes, all those things for 1 red. Well, everything will be subject to change, so the numbers are probably going to change going forward. Those aren't, no specific numbers are final by any stretch of the imagination here. Do I want separation? Do I need separation? I want creosote. extract into aromatics. Yeah, that one I want, but do I need it immediately? Probably not. Nanobots can wait, as can the fast inserters. Burners will need acetylene for the titanium. So I guess I'll just start picking up separation right now. That'll lead into machines for oil industry, so that'll be how we go about things. Those should not be there. They should be right there. Pretty much because of dots, yeah. I think it's a symbol protection, and I think that the periods must somehow count as symbols. I don't know. I'll have to look at the settings on CloudBot. No, I guess it's not the dots. Oh, no, I have to look at the settings, because I don't know. Because I can still see the message, it's just crossed out for me at the moment with my settings. Can I copy, paste? I mean, I should be immune to that, so there's the exact thing that was said. It might... Maybe having the approximation tilde was a symbol. Number of characters, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, I'll have to have a look. I'm still tuning CloudBot. Anyway, give me those. Oh, right. I added more, so I need more. Yes, more. No, need those. Those would be good. How we doing on this handcrafting? Oh yeah, it's a list. You don't see tilde on your computer before 1300 water. Yeah, it's the one that's before 1300 water, but it's you mean on your keyboard? Well, the button position for tilde differs based off of region. So on US keyboards, tilde is the button to the left of 1. And that's the one that opens the Factorio console. So, yeah, the this high console, that button. There they are. It's a bunch of those in a row, and it didn't time me out. Huh. I don't know what the cause was for the bot to time you out there. Anyway, yeah, so nurseries. Nurseries are great. Nurseries are fantastic, as are DDCs. As are more crystal mines. I'm going to need those. I'm going to need washers. I'm going to need those. Definitely going to need that. You need steel. Right. That's another thing. Steel. What am I going to do for initial steel? Well, I guess for now. I will do exactly that, and then manual feed in some coal. That'll give me very slowly steel, because this ratio I forget what this ratio is. Isn't it 10 to 1 in the pie suite? I think it's 10 iron plates per unit steel. It's rather nuts. Yes, that would be 10. 10 to 1. Now, of course, once I do start getting advanced foundries made, no one complaining about building on top of ore. Early game. This is early game, so it's fine. Early game doesn't matter. We're going to be removing all of these things anyway from this ore. I mean, it's not like we've got patches that are billions, literal billions in size. Literal billions. Alright, how's everything going here? Slowly, but anyway. Let's start thinking about the bus, now that I've apparently started work on the undergrounds and such. Oh yeah, I like seeing loaders. What did you use for generation? RSO. These settings. Yeah, we're day 2. We are day 2. Hello. Brand new game. Brand new game, day 2. All of the VODs for day 1 are on YouTube right now. So, yeah, RSO, Map Size Generation 8, Regen Generation 8, so a little bit bigger and 0.3 resource chance to add space between the resources and making them very dense, because I'm not moving my patches once I start mining them. We're times 10 on the starting resources, not because I plan on mining out the starting resources, but it takes time. And I don't want to have to be forced into moving them soon, like before I want to. But we will migrate. Like, I'll be setting up the rails to the actual dedicated locations for mining, and I will stop using the starting zone. That's the idea for this base, is that I will forcibly move myself once I've set up the alternative way of getting stuff. Steel! How much do you need for this? 20. 20 per advanced foundry. Now I'm just gonna throw out there, it's very important to get advanced foundries. We need at least 2. We need at least 2 to start doing the processing that I want to do, because we're going to need 1 to make hot stone bricks. Hot stone bricks. To make the hot air. And we need the regenerative heat exchanger, which is on the list. I have apparently a couple on the list. I only really need 1 for now, not 2. And if it seems like I'm just running around doing literally nothing, it's because I basically am. We're waiting for handcrafting at the moment. New save, yes, new save, day 2. Day 2 of new save today. Day 1 was last Tuesday, just for reference.